if you have a problem and you don't tell the manager, get out. Like, get out, but also don't leave a review. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Nine Kings. What a start. Castle can go in the corner, that's more than fine. Today we will be, let's see, we're gonna be starting with an archer. Archer can go in the middle with a nice farm on the back line. We'll do a steal cost as well on these archers because no matter what, they're gonna get hit. I hope everybody's enjoying today. I am recording this about 1 o'clock tonight, and I have a meeting in about 7 hours. As much as I have a meeting in 7 hours, YouTube, I believe, is more important than my actual job for whatever reason. And entertaining you, hopefully, is going to be the main thing. I keep telling all of y'all that what I'm doing in my life is I'm really focusing on YouTube, but you know I still have to worry about my actual job in the meantime. My actual job doesn't take that much out of me realistically, but you know I am a restaurant worker manager, and turn it. You know, there are some days that definitely does take some out of me. So if I miss a long form video upload, I'm very sorry. Been playing a lot of roguelikes recently, and it definitely is something to kind of see what works, what doesn't work. I've been really having a lot of fun with Dead Zone Rogue, and of course I'm having a lot of fun with Binding of Isaac. Binding of Isaac's always fun. I have about 180-ish hours in that game. I did just record a Isaac episode, and my my gameplay video actually kind of just went complete and didn't record, which was very unfortunate. Taking the king agreed to go after, so that we can probably get some thieves and see exactly what else we, you know, what other shenanigans we can't get ourselves into. I'll tell you what happened at my restaurant the other day. Basically, there was she was an older lady, and there was two separate parties. One party of 10 people, one party of 12 people, and they both brought in cakes. Now, one cake was from a local grocery store. Actually, it was from Sam's Club. And the other cake was from a Baskin Robbins. If you don't know what Baskin Robbins is, it's like an ice cream parlor, but like franchised. Almost like a Cold Stone or something, if you know what that is. Ooh, got a Rainbow Army here. Let's see what kind of cards we get. I like that they've added Rainbow Armies into this game, because now there's a lot of differences and different cards we can do that can kind of like really hype up our stuff. Like when we get a temple, increases 10% of a random stat of a random plot. Love it. Levels up your base plot by 3 levels. Amazing. And then scapegoat. I don't know what scapegoat is, but we'll probably do temple. Now it's good that we're getting this extension as, at the same time, so that we can kind of just put temple in the back corner over here, and it can just level up 10% every time it does something. Basically, both parties came in, and they both sat down opposite ends of the restaurant, and one party got their cake first. Cake then came out, and it was the wrong cake. The wrong cake went out to the wrong table. Server messed that one up. But when they got the cake, the person that bought said cake at the table 1, didn't tell anyone that the cakes were wrong. So now I have to go tell table 2, hey, table 1 got table 1 got your cake. So sorry. You know, so sorry. I can pretty much do anything you guys want. Let me make this up for you. They were really cool about it. They're like, hey, you know, all of you are human. You know, it is what it is. They're really cool about it. I really appreciate it. I believe we're gonna actually rue the day, because yeah, we're not winning that one. So then I go to the other table. Now, in my professional opinion, if you sit there and a cake gets brought to you, and you don't realize it's your cake, or even don't realize it's your cake, and you get someone else's cake, I would immediately be like, where's the other people? I want to apologize. I want to try to do something for them. Yeah, I can do. Oh, they leveled up. Right. Okay, cool. Taste. This is sick. Anyways, we basically, I would be like, hey, I'm so sorry. I will, buy you a new cake. I'll do X, Y, and Z. Like I said, table 2 was really cool about it, but table 1, I walked up to table 1, and it was a couple older people. I would say late 50s, early 60s. Basically, they started off very strong. And if you ever work food industry, you know exactly what that means. They basically started yelling at me, saying, how dare you mess it up? The server asked why we didn't say anything. I thought Baskin Robbins messed up. Mind you, the packaging of the two, I mean, it's night and day, right? Sam's Club does this like, it's like a very much like a ooh la la, like very minimalistic, like it looks really nice, like oh my gosh, kind of like packaging. While Baskin Robbins is very like bam, very multicolored. It's very like, ooh yeah, this is, you're gonna love this cake, da 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 da, like very in your face. So for them to get angry at me because they didn't realize that they got, one, the wrong packaging, but also two, to get angry at me and then continue on to be like, what are you gonna do for us, was absolutely insane to me. Because like I don't know, all I'm saying is like, the people that it really affected, like it was the birthday people, right? The people that like we actually were like, hey, we're really sorry for messing up your birthday. And I don't take any credit, anything away from my people. My people messed up. I admit my people messed up. But I also believe that in no way, shape, or form should I need to sit here and be like, you know what? In reality, I should be required to do X, Y, and Z for you. Are we really losing to the King of Greed again? No, we're not. I'm gonna increase the attack of all of our units and towers by 30%. I'm also gonna give the 15% to the middle. That should be good for us. Yeah, I fully acknowledge that we messed up as like a restaurant, sure. Like I don't do that often because like there's little things, right? Little things in a restaurant that you could do are like, hey, my steak got overcooked, or my chicken is too moist, or dry. Sorry, my chicken is too dry, or the X, Y, and Z is, there's so many things I could be saying right now. Oh, so I just realized I could be cloning this temple up here to be doing an extra 10% of random plots. I also will say, if you go out to eat and you do not, King of Stone out of here, I don't need that for my run. And you do not, like, if you have a problem and you don't tell the manager, get out. Like get out, but also don't leave a review. Like I completely understand, like that's how we get like better as a company. But the amount of people I've had to call back strictly because like they were the most like revolted by how terrible their experience was at my restaurant, and result being I have to send them out money because that's like company policy. I completely understand where you're coming from, but there's always a but. I truly believe there are different ways for me specifically to help you. I chose the wrong card there. I'm very sad that I chose the wrong card. Let's go Scout Tower. There's a lot of different ways for me to help you as a restaurant manager. You just have to tell me, right? And I also don't understand the whole stink behind, like, telling a manager that there was a problem with your food. Personally, I think there's a great way to tell people, that you needed something a little bit different within your experience at said restaurant, wherever you want to go, whether it be, whether you go to Applebee's or Chili's or your local mom and pop shop. There's a lot of different ways that you could ask, okay? But I think keeping it to yourself and then ranting and raving about it online, in turn requiring me, I know not all companies do this, but requiring me to then proceed to either call you or email you saying, I'm so sorry that X thing happened because you didn't tell me in the restaurant X thing happened because I am, because you believe that I was, and I quote, too busy for you. I mean, at a certain point, I'm gonna say, you know, it's not my fault. To top everything off too, with the cakes, right? One, we were really nice to you, and we were like, hey, so sorry. The initial one that got the cakes, the initial party one that got, you know, cake 2, we kind of like overall just like looked at them. We were like, why take the cakes? Because like that's like the biggest thing for me. Like why are you taking the cakes? Honestly, why are you taking the cakes? Because there should be no reason why you're taking the cake. You should have looked at the package and said, huh. Oh, also, the cakes were like 2 different cakes. One was like a fruit-topped shortcake that was like all praise be. And then the other one was like some ice cream cake with strawberry ice cream in the middle. And I think the best part too was I initially walked up to group 1. I was like, ladies, I'm so sorry that this happened. And she actively sat there and said, I just can't believe you guys messed this up so bad. It was my birthday and I just wanted a simple night out. I said, you know, like I said, I'm so sorry. I have to ask though, like, did we mean to like take this cake, or is there another way for me to like help you? And she said, well, you know, my server already told me like, hey, you know, they're complaining because like the difference in price, she paid X amount where she doesn't believe that this really should have been cost the same amount. I don't believe. I was like, okay, I would go talk to her. So basically, one of the ladies was like, how dare you not automatically just give me, basically take off money because of a mess up you did. And mind you, before I even walked up to the table, I already took off the money. We're already at final assault. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk, by the way. Yeah, no, it was the whole thing. It was the whole thing of, how dare you? And then I said, well, you could have looked at the packaging. And she sat there and was like, no, how dare you? And I said, okay, well, I took off the price difference of what you paid for the cakes, even though it's not a big deal. Anyways, they both left decently happy. Table 2, the second table was like, oh my god, thank you so much, like, you're all good. Table 1 basically was like, screw off, I'm fine. And they left at the same exact time to the front door because that's how, you know, God willed it. And then they inevitably knew each other. So they all hugged it out. They were like, oh, ha, 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 ha. Oh, well, here's that. Oh, wow, oh my God. And they traded cakes that they were taking home. Anyways, I hope y'all enjoyed. We're level 9, I believe, with the King of Nothing. And I'll see everybody next time. Bye-bye.